ordinary day, but I have experienced extraordinary things. So what did I experience that day? I actually experienced an excruciating pain that actually go from my neck down to my shoulder and to the end of my finger. And at that time, I thought to myself, die already lah. I will be paralyzed. Am I going to be paralyzed? That was the first thought that crossed across my mind at that day. And then, I just closed my eye and I told God, I have 4 young kids waiting at home for me. I cannot afford to have anything happen to me. So I say, please, don't let anything happen to me. And with that, I feel that intense fear that actually gripping me on that day. And I can really hear my heart pounding so loudly on that day and say, it's go, it's so loud. And I remember that time, because I feel so painful, I feel so numb. I actually take a lot of courage just to try to wriggle my fingers. But actually I can't feel a thing. I can't feel anything. It was completely numb. And you may imagine, you may be asking, hey, you are a nurse. You are supposed to be the professional. You should know that you will know how to take care of yourself. Yes, I did. As a nurse, I am supposed to know that, right? But all this, let me bring you back to the journey, how it all started. It all actually started 10 years ago, back in 2014, when at that time, I was still the healthcare head of department with a German medical technology company. And I was so passionate about my work. Being a healthcare head of department, I'm very passionate to the extent that I will wake up every morning at 6 a.m., get myself ready so that I can reach my workplace at 7 a.m. to start my day early. And I still remember that on those days that when I drive to work, I will sing myself to work. I will literally sing. Why? Because I need to keep myself motivated, because my job takes a lot from me, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And why I say so? Because as a head of department, I don't only track my department goals, I don't only track KPIs, I also go down to the production floor. I'm sure what Hunter didn't say, he will understand what I'm trying to share now, because I will go down to the production floor where the operators are working, and I will be trying to find the root cause of why is my employee suffering from back pain and spinal injury. I was trying to find the root cause of it. And amidst of that, the few years, I will counsel countless employees from disease management and also to their family's affair. Because we humans come not only to work with the mind to work and to earn money, we come with the whole baggage about the family as well. Right? You all agree with me? Yeah. So they do carry themselves a baggage of their family issues. So I counsel that too. And so yes, I cover all of those, and I can tell you I love it. I love my job at that time. And so I continue to do what I was doing best. And during that time, when I was working, because due to prolonged sitting, if you're those that computer user and you will be working with computer, you know that prolonged sitting will actually cause you issues. So this is how it happened. So during the prolonged sitting, I actually felt very pain. It started from my neck. Do I know what it is? Of course I do. But I know that this is an issue for all computer users. So I will just ignore it, and I refuse to take any medication. Yes, I'm a nurse and I refuse to take medication. So it went on. It started with just a strain on my neck. And then it gradually worsened throughout that few months. And it got up to my ear, I can feel giddy. I will feel giddy to the extent that the whole room will be spinning, and I won't be able to do much work that day. And not only that, at times I will feel nauseating to the point of throwing up. And the pain didn't stop there. It went up to my head. It went up to the top of my head. And at that point of time, it started to disrupt my daily life. When I go back home, there's nothing much I can do because I will be so paralyzed with pain. I can't do anything but just to rest and sleep. And the headache, it was so unbearable. It started with throbbing. Normal headache, it will start with throbbing. And then it actually go from the top of the head, it go back to the back of my neck. And it's like, your brain is being split open. Now durian season, kan? So when you open the durian, it's that kind of feeling that that your head is like being split open. And even at that time, I refused to take anything because being a nurse, I know there is no cure to this except surgery, and I refused to have that. So, and yet I continue to do my work. So during that time, I remember that on one fateful day in 2016, I remember everything so clearly because the pain was so unbearable. It was at 8 a.m. in the morning. I was at work as usual. And you remember just now I said that I felt that excruciating pain, and I was saying that prayer. And at that time I know, that's it. I need to go and visit an orthopedic surgeon. And that's what I do. I went to Island Hospital, I visit the doctor, and true enough, MRI came out. I have the bulging of the disc that came out from between the disc space from C4 to C7. I said, no wonder I can't imagine the pain that I've been going through all this while. And at the time the pain was so unbearable that you can feel like there's like hundreds of tiny soldiers that's carrying tiny knives, and it's like poking and pricking and just squeezing onto your neck. And that's how I've been feeling all those times. And when I see the doctor said to me, he said, how on earth did you manage those excruciating pain? And look at him. I smile and I shrug my shoulder, because I don't have an answer for him. And then he told me, he said that, Amy, you need a surgery. We need to do it as soon as possible. I look at him, I said, no way, I'm not going to do that. I would rather live with that pain. And he told me, do you know that the pain is going to gradually get worse? I said, I do. And so, seeing that I'm so adamant, he said, okay, what I can do for you now is that I will prescribe for you strong painkiller, and you go for physio. I did that. But 6 months into physio, I drop out. The physio doesn't help. And not only that, actually going through physio with my pain, with the condition I'm in, is actually pure torture. So in 2021, I found a seer. But when I tried it, it wasn't for me. Because I have been living with the pain for so many years, so it wasn't for me. It was actually for my mom. Because she had a heart attack at that time. So I want to have something for her. So I tried it, and the beauty is that in my ignorance of what this awesome product that I have been putting in my body, because I don't know, I don't really, even though I read about it, but the redox, like what Hunter Dean has been describing, is not something that easy to understand, right? So I take it for that 6 months, 4 cups to 6 cups a day. So basically it's about 240 meals to 360 meals. And I've been diligently taking it because it's for my mom. And one day, it was just out of the blue, my daughter shouted at me, said, Mom, there is something up on the ceiling. And without second thought, I just look up. But before that, the pain was so bad that I no longer can lift up my head actually. Because the pull on both sides, It's like, you know, the
Very
rubber
stiff.
band
I
has been
know.
pulled and pulled
Stiff
and
in my mind.
to the point of snapping it. So I'm not able to look up to the ceiling like what I'm doing right now. But at that time, when my daughter shot at me, said, there's something on the ceiling, so I just look up. And there was a moth, there was just a moth actually. But it took a while for me to register. And I look up again, and I look down. And in that moment of amazement, I realized that the sharp pain, the excruciating pain is gone. I can lift up with just some slight discomfort, but the sharp pain is completely gone. And so I was stunned for that moment, and I realized that, hey, something wonderful has happened. And so gradually over the next few months, almost to a year, I feel that the sharp pain gradually subsided to now if I turn left to right, up and down, I don't feel any pain, not even discomfort. So this is the amazing ASEA technology. And today I can truly say that I am grateful. I am grateful to ASEA for bringing this amazing technology and make it so easily available to everyone and to anyone who just want to try it. And I am also truly able to say today, ASEA has given me back the quality of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.